of the museum. It's the jet engine. That's four jet engine, jet aeroplane. It's four jet engine. This is a fueler. If you look at the back, this long part in the back, this is a supply aeroplane that carries. This is two aeroplanes right here flying, making a formation on the mountains. This is the fueling aeroplane. The portion in the back, it comes down to refuel smaller aeroplanes. This whole thing is a flying tank. The part on the top, where you have a bird on it. The part, I don't know if that's the stabilizer or it has other functions. It's a jet aeroplane, so it doesn't have to fly slow. It flies fast, and it carries fuel like a flying gas station. That's so far my guess. This is not a dent. I don't think this is a dent. If you look at the contour, it is not a dent. It is just to avoid right here. It is not a dent. It's the other side. It's just changing the contour to avoid drag, air drag. This is a beautiful aeroplane. Here's where you can get to the inside from this door, or I think that you can get from that door too. Let's see how do you get inside, or from that door? No. Yes, it is a Stratotanker, KC-135 Stratotanker, from 1956 until present. 1956. It can fly at 30,000 feet high at 530 miles per hour. It can fly about 1,500 miles, and it carries 150,000 pound of fuel. Don't aircraft need to stop for gas? Yes, and that is the way it fuels right here. That is the air tanker, and this is the fighter airplanes, and this is the nose or the fuel supplying terminal. It goes inside this airplane and it fuels it in the air. Flying gas station. Flying fuel tanker. I flew in one of these 1988 from Colorado Springs to St. Louis, Missouri. The National Guard in Missouri. This is how the engine is suspended. Look, the engine is suspended way in the back. Everything is in the front. And it has air brakes. those flow meters. No. Just look at this engine from the side. It's just a very awkward design. Look at how the engine is suspended on a very little strip right here. This is where the engine is suspended. This massive engine is suspended on this narrow part. Look at how awkward the engine is. You have to have a lot of engineering calculations to put such a massive engine with that awkward design. Look at the entire bulk of the engine is to the front, suspended from the back from that part. It generates enormous thrust to lift the entire aeroplane. That's amazing engineering. When you look from the side, one engine is in the front, the next engine next to it, the nose in the very front. Look at this guy. Can this tanker fly? That is an amazing design. It's a very beautiful and neat artistic design. That is a challenging part. With such a massive engine, you suspend it from the back to the wings, and it's going to generate enormous thrust. You cannot even imagine it mentally how that thing is going to be stable when it flies. You have to have an enormous material properties to perform this kind of momentum, compression. My goodness. This is another awkward example, but this one you cannot resist. Keep looking at it. That is a flying air tanker. I did not go to the back. Let me just go to the back and before I finish. This is the pigeon on the top. Doesn't look like a pigeon. It has a long neck. We are in February now, so we don't have a lot of snow. It's a very nice year. That's 2022. Here is where the fuel comes from, the tank. It goes through this long tube. This long tube is lowered down, and there is a guy that sleeps inside the aeroplane. Yeah, the guy, I will show you where the guy sleeps inside the aeroplane. And it has, as you see, a stabilizer here. And this is a nozzle that goes to the port of fuel to the other aeroplane. And this is the back of it. It has too many stabilizers. One massive flap and two small flaps on each side. That huge tube that comes from here. And the guy who's going to do the fueling is going to sleep on his belly inside that window. Right here. Right here. This is where the guy sleeps and he looks from his eyes here. He looks in his belly right here on this body, and when he looks here, he brings this whole thing down to fuel the other aeroplane. I saw it with my own eyes. And there is no other doors or windows because it does not have too many people. This is a tanker. This is a fuel tanker. It does not have too many people. What is that window in the side? When this guy is sleeping on his belly, he will look from here. He can also look from here. He can also look from here to see the other airplanes on the side. Now, this is a massive aeroplane. You look from the side, it's a similar idea. The engine are smaller than this one. The engine are smaller and they are doubles. And that must be a fuel tank. Today is Friday, so we have a lot of people coming to the museum. This is a jet. Boy, the wings are very wide. Look at how the wings are, how far the wings go. The wings are very wide to the back. That is over 30 feet long, wide engine, and it is low. This is Strato P-52, Stratoforce, from 1955 to the present. Can have 60 people, can cruise at 523 miles per hour. Can fly up to 47,000 feet high. Can carry bombs up to 50,000 bombs, 50,000 pounds from the Cold War. The B-52 is a long-range heavy bomber. Unlike previous bombers, B-52 carry air-launched cruise missiles. It carries cruise missiles, which reduce the risk of enemy fire by allowing B-52 to launch bombs further from their targets. The B-52 first flew in 1954 and is estimated to remain in the United States Air Force fleet until 2040. So it has about another some 20 years to go. So it is still working with the B-52. The mighty bomber. It can protect itself because it carries cruise missiles. Look at how wide it is, how big it is. And they have to put wheels on the wings, so the wings can also sit on the ground. The B-52 is a very scary aeroplane, very frightening aeroplane. So those are on the side, I think, are cruise missiles. Has 4 wheels in the front and 4 in the back. Boy, this is very rigid. Very rigid. Very rigid. We're still walking under the B-52. And these little things in the bottom are just for air disturbance control. Here's from the back. You don't need any more machine guns here. This is a mighty aeroplane that can carry cruise missiles. The B-52 is huge, enormous wings, enormous length. Everything is, this aeroplane is enormous. It has wheels at the wings, wheels in the middle, wheels at the wings. Boy, this can drop nuclear missiles anywhere. Can drop missiles, bombs anywhere. Transport aeroplane, a bomber aeroplane, and a fuel tanker aeroplane, and the Minuteman cruise missiles. How big is the wingspan? That is over 100 feet long. Just the wingspan is 100 feet long. Let us go back to the specification of this aeroplane. That is an enormous aeroplane. And the fuselage is not very wide. Yes, here where you drop the bombs. You open, you drop. You open, you drop. You open, you drop. Here are the flow meters. Let's just go back to the specification. That is an amazing aeroplane. Ooh. The wingspan is 185 feet wide. The wingspan, which means every side is about 90 feet. The length is 160 feet. That is like 3 tractor trailers. I mean, 2 tractor trailers can fit in it. The height is 40 feet high. The weight, 168,000 pounds, empty. 488 pounds maximum. Maximum speed 639. Maximum range is 4,100 miles. With weight. with 10,000 pounds of pumps load. This is a bomber, B-52. Very sunny and a beautiful day. Does these two look alike? No. These two don't look alike. Super Fortress, the Boeing 29, 1944 to 1960. Take from 9 to 14 people cruise. It can fly at 365 because it is propeller. It can fly up to 5,000 feet, 5,800 miles. Ceiling 32,000 feet elevation. Very clumsy. That is made on a local shop. Compared to this massive, beautiful engineering design, you can tell the difference. The wings are large. And the tail is, the fuselage is large also, because the engines are big. But if you look at the engines here, they are designed with a simple-minded person. The engine is just stuck in the middle of the wing. There is no much aesthetics on it. You can tell, you can even do that in your own home. You can design that in your own home with simple machine shop. In those days in 1944, all people wanted to do is just to fly. Even if you look at the back, they have machine guns. There is no cruise missiles at that time. There are no smart electronics at that time. There's machine guns, simple machine guns, just to protect itself. That's the Flying Fortress. Compare this one to the B-52. Difference between propellers and jet engines. That is how the human mind evolved. This is a mighty duck. This is like the 132. That is in the back right there. Difference is this is just a massive aeroplane. The 132, this 132 right there has only one engine. One engine. This one has 4 engines. And it has a ramp in the back. And it does not need a runway. That is a ramp in the back. And those got to be bumps. Yes, you just drop them. You drop bumps. These are bumps. You drop them. How do you drop them? Not sure how. Right here. All you have to do is to remove this to the back, separate this part. This how do you remove that? You have to pull this to the front.